Hello, I'm doing a video on blending Powertex colours. So I will be starting from dark on this end and I'll be slowly blending it up all the way to the other end where it finishes at cream. So I'm just going to show you how I'm going to do that. Now my palette, I'm using these little pages that you can buy as palettes, and I've already discovered that because they're so floppy, it can bleed into each other. So I've just got to be very careful that I don't mess up my blending. So I'll just be a little extra careful. So the first thing I'm going to do, after I've painted 1/2 my green and 1/2 my cream, I am now going to slowly blend. So I'm going to do about 7 inches because I'm doing really long planks here. I'm going to do a third, a third, a third in the dark to the light, and then I'm going to turn it around and do light back to dark. So I've got 2 palettes. I've got my dark palette and I've got my light palette here, which I haven't started yet. So let's get into it. So firstly, what I'm going to do is at about the 7 inch mark, I'm going to just do an extra layer of the green. So I'm not going to be, I don't want to do this too slowly because it is very warm today here. We're looking at 38 degrees here. Luckily it's cooler inside, but I'm still guessing it's probably about 28, something like that inside. So maybe a bit cooler than that. So I'm just going to firstly do the bottom. I'm doing all 3. I've got 3 boards here, so I'm actually going to do all 3 at once because I'm not very good at doing one and then coming back and trying to match it. So this is my way of making sure that I don't make them look too uneven. So I'm just going to keep going along the way here. With the green, it's very opaque, I should say, translucent, I should say. I always get those two mixed up. So, you know, you can still see the board through it, and that is fine. You know, it's a piece of art that you're going to see all the elements of what it is. But as you can see, as I'm putting down this second layer of green, it's really starting to make it a nice solid green. Just going to put a bit more there. Okay, and I'll just do the final board. Should have started from this end, shouldn't I? Because if I do a drip, then I've got to go over it. But you know, we do these things to ourselves. Okay, so that is the first stage of these boards. Okay, so I don't want to work it too much because it will already be getting tacky. So then the next stage is I need to get my palette knife and I need to blend some white into some green. So I'm going to take these 2 away just so they're separated. I'm going to take that green over there. Okay, I'm going to leave this main green and I'm going to take some white and put it into this green. Now I don't want it to make it too light because it's the next grade of going to the next stage. All right, so I think that's pretty good. Now this will already be starting to dry, so it's going to look a lot darker than we think. Between each stage, I will be washing my brush in water so that I don't muck up the recipe of blending. Sorry, I was a bit tongue-tied there, hey? All right, so we're just going to do that and wash my brush out. Okay, so then the next thing is I'm going to now go to my next 7 inches. So I'm going to use this colour now. I'm going to start over here. I'm actually going to be smart. Start over here. Wow, look at that. I can learn. going to make it a bit more because I can. All right, so now what we're doing is, as you can see, I'm just going right next to it. I'm not going to, I don't want to blend into it just yet because I want a feather blend. Okay, I'm just going to do the others. Hopefully my arm's not in the way too much. It is a bit, isn't it? I'm a lefty, sorry about that. I should always set my camera up the other way, but look at that, I can do it right-handed. Just got to hold my tongue right when I do it right-handed. Okay, so that one's looking good. And then one more. The one good thing about this palette paper is that it really lets you use all your paint. Like, it doesn't soak up some of it and leave it on the palette, which is quite clever. And all I need is the tiniest little bit left over for blending when I get to the other end. Okay, so that looks pretty good, doesn't it? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend the dark into the, because this is still wet. So I'm actually, yes, I'm going to clean this because I don't want to dilute it at all while I do the dark. Okay, so I'm going to get a little bit of this and I'm going to just prop it up against that one. So this is how you blend. So you do your dark and your light where they're nearly touching. Like that. And then what I do, just a bit more there. And then what I do, without overdoing it, I very, very gently feather the two together. Like this. Just feathering them together. Not too hard, just a little bit. And I really shouldn't overdo it too much. Okay. So you can still see a bit of a line. I might not have been as good. It's just want to do it so gentle. I have to use my left hand now, sorry. Okay. I mean, this green is also very very transparent, so it does show a bit of the board up, so I shouldn't be too pedantic because it will always do that. I'm just doing it a second row. Alright, okay, so that is the blending. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the next one, and I'm going to wash my brush, and then I'm going to put some more colour on. So this one here will be the next time I blend from there to there. So what I need to do is get my palette knife again, and I need to move this green here over there like that, and then a bit more cream than I had before. Mix it all in like that, and then when I'm looking at it, I do a little test here. So it is lighter than that one, which is what we want, by a shade, so that's good. So now I will use that to do the next lot. All right, so here we go again. So Drying pretty quick today. It's pretty warm. Try not to play with it too much. I should be using this hand for you, shouldn't I? Yeah, I'm not sure I've got enough on here, so I will need to definitely need to do some more. Okay. Not going to have much to blend, am I? Oh, yeah, I'm going to have to do some more, I think. All right, so then I'm going to grab this bit and I'm going to do it along here. And I'm just going to feather it. It's pretty good. Going to get this one. Going to go along here. Going to feather it. Hopefully you can see it past my hand. Okay. A little bit more. Oh, I've got to... No, that's not going to work. All right, so I need a bit more of the green. Bit of this. See if I can get this colour right. Still a bit too dark. Okay, so let's see. I think that is pretty close to that. Yep. Wipe that off. Keep everything nice and clean. All right, let's go for the next one. Even though it looks lighter than the one next to it, it's probably fine because the other two have already started drying. The thing with doing this is that you can't go over something that's already started to dry because it will make the bottom layer that's drying crackle a bit and lift, which you don't want to happen. Okay, so now we've got down to here. Just going to do that. Hopefully I haven't just made it super light. We will find that out in a minute, won't we? Okay, so now I need this little bit here to go there, and then I need to feather it. Okay. Don't have much, do I, to do the feathering? Oh, I've done that one. I might do a bit more here though. It's not quite defined enough. That's better. Okay. So now that we've done that side, I'm going to flip them around and do the next side. Now I'm going to change my water because I'm going from light to dark. So I am going to find a piece of clean towel and yeah, so if I go from light to dark, then it means that I don't want any dark whatsoever on here. Okay. It's a good thing about Powertex, it sticks to itself. So at the moment it's looking a bit choppy because it's still drying and doing its thing. And this is only the base coat. It doesn't have to be perfect. because there's going to be a whole lot of other stuff that I'm going to be doing on top of here. This isn't the final product. I'll be doing stenciling, I will be 3D flexing, I'll be doing a whole lot of different things. So, but you can see from that how it's grading, which is really good. Don't know if it's a bit sharp, we'll soon find out, but I'm going to now just get rid of this water, get some fresh water. Oh, this is tap water, not bottled. I just got it here for preparation, so I prepared earlier. All right, so now we're going to do the other side. So, okay, so now what I'm going to do is, this is the colour that I've got too. So I'm going to put this right up there. This is the palette, new palette that I'm going to use. There's a ton of white over there, and I think I can use the majority of that. So I am going to most of it off here, making a lovely mess, but you know, that's what you do when you're creating. Okay, so I'm just going to put plastic and everything's down, that's fine. All right, so that's that. Now I think I need a bit more white. So let me just put a bit more white in. Okay. And I need a bit of this green. So this green is very runny compared to some of the other colours. Don't be worried about that. Each colour has its own personality, and so the green is a very runny green. So I'm just going to put it over here so we don't interfere with that. We don't need a lot because we're going from cream down to green. Just putting that on there because it's a hot day. Don't want anything drying out. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paint with my cleaned brush that I just cleaned, making sure it's nice and dry. And I'm going to paint the first bit just in cream. Just doing that. Get that nice. Okay, it's already tacky. That's how hot it is here today. I'm probably being very ambitious by trying to do 3 at once, but that's what I do. It's the kind of girl I am. I like to just get on with it. So the ivory is much thicker than the green, as you can see. It's a much thicker product. So you don't have to be too thick, but just nicely evened. So you make sure you get everything. Okay, so that's that one. Just thin that out a bit. And then this last one. Hope you can see I'm using my left hand again because I'm a lefty, but then you can't see, can you? I need to set the camera up on the other side. But that's fine, we'll get there. Okay, so Nearly done. Making sure it's all nicely coated. First, beautiful. It's looking good. All right, happy with that. Okay, so the next bit will be a little bit of green. It's going to be really pale green, this one. Now, because I'm going from white to colour, I am going to make sure that my brush is completely cleaned again. And now we're going to do some green. I'm going to put it over here. Okay, and I'm going to take the tiniest bit of green. Don't have to take too much. That might even be too much, we'll see. But you don't want it too pale because otherwise the colour change isn't good enough. So just take that off. Okay, so I think that's good. You can see that there's a definite colour change in it. Okay, so I'm going to now do this one for the next lot. Yeah, that's nice. Might need to do a bit more, hey? Oh, got a bit of dark there. It's not good. If I want it to be truly that colour, I'm living dangerously, aren't I? But it's good to show you what not to do, which is let the green bleed over there. I think it's my palette. I think I've put a bit more of that in, mix it up a bit. Make sure that's better. Okay, that's a bit more of a safer mix, isn't it? Okay, so I'm showing you the do's and the don'ts because, you know, we don't always get it perfect. All right, so here we are, back to this. Okay, so now that we've done this, and this is drying already, okay, so I'm going to do that. Wash that because it's drying so fast. I'm not going to do the others. And then I'm going to get a bit of white. I'm going to go across here. And I'm just going to feather it. Do a bit more cream. It's better. It's a better blend. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, so now we've got to do the next one. Okay, so do we have enough here? That is the question. Let's put some more in. Let's put a little bit of that in. Let's get you back over there. Tell you to stop being naughty. Let's just move you back over there. Let's not waste any bit, hey? And the next one. nicely. There's a bit of dark in there. Just going to have to use my left hand. Hopefully it's not in the way. Don't think this is the right palette, but that's all right. I'm making it work. Now I'm going to clean this, bring it out, get some cream in there, blend it in. Nice blending. I'm very happy with that one. That's good. All right, now, so you need it. This is the middle bit. So I'm going to be going lighter. Oh, I need to do this, don't I? That's a bit of water. I'll leave that, let it dry. I'm going to come back to this one. I'm going to do this one now. I just feel like I want to do it. Why not? So I need my palette knife again. I'm going to come back, bring this over here. Leave some for the other one. Okay, there we go. We're going to take, now I need to get it darker than that, but lighter than that. Now, I think that is lighter than that. Yes, it is. But is it lighter than that? No, that's about what we're at. Okay, so I need to put a bit more green in. And as I mix this green in, because the green is quite runny, it's getting runnier as the green goes in. Just don't want it to be too swirly. Okay, so it's definitely darker than that one. Yes. Is it still lighter than that one? Yes, it is. Okay, so that's good. So now I won't do it over my cream, will I? That would be silly. Okay, so let's now do this up here. Oops, lucky I've got plastic down on the table. Oh, that's good, isn't it? Don't know what you are. Get you off the brush. Don't know what you are either. Okay, so that's good. Do a little bit more up there. Okay. So now what I need to do is I need to wash my brush. And I need to get a bit of this, which there isn't a lot of, is there? Just going to feather it. Okay, that's my feathering. See how that looks. It's fine. I'm going to get back in here. I didn't really have much on my brush then, so. Oh, and I need to feather that one too, okay. Okay. Feather this one. It's already drying, so I'm just going to feather it in. Actually, that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Then I need a little bit of this one. Clean the brush. I'm just going to feather the top bit. Okay, just going to do a bit of this. Just going to feather that in. Okay, and then I'm going to come back to here. So I need this to be lighter again. It's better, a bit lighter again. Let's go even lighter, better. Okay, go really light here. If only I had an invisible arm, eh? Okay, clean that up. And we'll just just feather these two in. Just a bit of ivory. Feather it in. See, pretty good. Alright, get that out. Okay, and then we do this one. This one for the last bit between the two. I'm just going to feather these two because they're still both pretty wet. There we go. It's a nice blending. And then I just need to get the dark into the light. So I'm going to have to just mix a bit more, I think. Try and get it right. Still too light. Lucky I've got a bit more left on my palette. Shows me what it should be. Okay, so that's about right. Then I'm going to dab it here. And I'm going to feather it. Okay, so there you have it. I've now gone from dark to light. We'll see once it's dried how well I did. I'm a bit impatient. I like to do I'm doing something all three together, and maybe I should be more patient. Who knows? We'll see whether I let's get that off. Okay. All right. That is blending. Hopefully I could show you just how it worked, and we'll see how it turns out. All right, thanks for watching. See you next time.